In this video, I'm going to explain 3 things that are holding you back from living a more happy and fulfilled life, and that are causing you to waste away your precious hours, days and weeks. Number 1, living in the past and future rather than in the present moment. If you could record your thoughts for a day, you may be surprised at the amount of time you spend either worrying about things that have happened in the past or stressing about things that may happen in the future. The problem with this is that there is nothing we can do to change the things that have already happened, so it's pointless worrying about them. There is also nothing helpful about worrying about things in the future that may not even happen at all. All of the time we spend in our heads, either stuck in the past or worrying about the future, is wasted. The best way to deal with a past mistake is to try and take the lesson from it, correct the course, and then move on and forget about it. Similarly, the best way to deal with things that may go wrong in the future is to form a plan for what you will do if this does happen, and then move on and forget about it for now. This, however, is much easier said than done, meaning most of us spend many wasted hours going over and over things in our minds, wasting precious time and keeping us in a negative frame of mind. If you think about it, all we really have, and the only thing that really matters, is the present moment. But most of us spend hardly any of our time with our minds truly present and focused on what we are actually doing right here and now. In order to start living more of your life in the present moment and stop wasting time worrying about the past or future, try doing the following. Notice and appreciate the good things around you. Really take the time to enjoy, say, the sunshine on your face in the morning, the taste of your coffee, or the sound of rain outside as you go to sleep. Taking the time to notice and appreciate these things is a natural source of pleasure and helps ground you in the present moment and avoid the worries of the past and the future. Also, dream about the future, but work hard on the steps to achieve your dreams today. Living in the moment more does not mean you should avoid setting goals or dreaming big for the future. Just make sure you're taking the steps and doing all that you can today to achieve your goals and make your dreams a reality. Number 2, holding on to grudges and anger. If someone does something nice for us, such as paying us a compliment or buying us a coffee, it is unlikely that we will be thinking about this on a regular basis for the following weeks, months or years. On the other hand, when we feel like we have been crossed or wronged by someone, it is very difficult to not keep going over and over this in our minds, replaying the situation and ruminating on the negative emotions that we feel about it. We are twice as likely to take notice and remember negative events as we are good events. This makes it much more difficult for us to forgive and forget when we feel like we have been wronged, and it can cause us to waste many hours poring over these events and keeping our minds stuck in these negative feelings of anger and resentment. Of course, you may be completely justified in holding a grudge. We live in a world where other people can wrong us and treat us badly in many situations. However, holding on to anger and resentment about these things has a high cost on our happiness and well-being. The time we waste on thinking about these things holds us back from enjoying life and has a huge negative impact on our ability to achieve our goals and dreams. But this is not the only way holding grudges and resentments wastes our time. The negative feeling that we experience over and over again when we hold on to grudges has a direct physical impact on our health too. The stress that these feelings cause can increase our blood pressure and cortisol levels, leading to chronic stress, which over time can cause serious damage to our organs. This in turn increases the chances of heart attacks and strokes and generally lowers our life expectancy. So not only is holding a grudge wasting our time today, it is also making our lives shorter and hence wasting our lives away in both directions. Holding on to grudges and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So rather than thinking of forgiveness in terms of forgiving the person who you feel has wronged you, think of it more as forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to get so caught up in this negative thought process, and allow yourself to let go and move on. Letting go of anger and resentment in this way will free up so much more bandwidth that will allow you to spend much more time on the things that are really important to you, such as your family, friends, and working on things that will bring you closer to achieving your goals. Number 3, overworking just to pay bills or to buy the latest things. Are you living your purpose every day? Do you go through each day with a sense of passion and achievement, or are you endlessly treading the hamster wheel of life just to find yourself living paycheck to paycheck with no end in sight? Most of us get caught in the rat race and end up spending at least 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, doing something that we don't really enjoy just for a paycheck. The average wage today allows us little more than to keep a roof over our head, a few nice possessions, and a bit of leisure time here and there. There's a story I heard years ago about a rich businessman and a young fisherman that explains this paradox perfectly. The rich businessman was on holiday and he paid a young fisherman to take him out on his boat for the day to enjoy the hot weather. While they were out at sea, bathing in the sunshine, the businessman noticed how they had not seen any more fishing boats in this stretch of the water. He said to the young fisherman, "Young man, surely there is a lot of money to be made with the lack of competition for fishing in these waters. Why do you not employ more men to fish with you? You will catch many more fish to sell at the market." The young man kicked off his sandals, leaned back in his seat, and said, "But why would I want to do that?" The businessman looked at the young man with a surprised expression and said, "Well, because if you sell more fish, you'll make more money, of course." "Ah, yes, of course," said the young man. "But why would I want to make more money?" The businessman started to get a bit irritated at this and said, "Well, think about it, son. You make more money, you can buy another boat, catch double the amount of fish, then you can buy another boat and another. Eventually, you'll make enough money that you can sit relaxing in the sunshine all day without having to work at all." The young fisherman leaned back in the sun, cracked open a beer, cast out his fishing rod, smiled, and said, "Ah, yes, that sounds wonderful." When you find your purpose in life, your passion becomes your work, and every day fills you with a sense of fulfillment and achievement. Take as much time as you need to figure out what it is that you are really passionate about in life, and then figure out a way to do that every day. This one thing will completely transform your life and the enjoyment that you get from it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.